if you feel it's important enough for us as a city to make an investment, if we had to make it, would you be willing to do it? That gives me the opportunity to say, once all the legal side of it is, she gets all of this and she sees what we're talking about, that then we can go out here, and I've already touched with the chamber, and I think the chamber, from what I understand, wants to be a player in this. They would have to just sit down and make a decision as to what their role would be, what their part would be. But I think we presented 3 to 4 different places. We'll pick up the money, you know, to do this. But we should have a party, you know, too. We should have a party in it too. It's us. If, you know, somebody wants to pay for the whole thing, we take it. But, and the county may see it, that, hey, this is the county seat, and you're telling the story right here where we are.
Representative Bass, how much can the state come up to help us out on this?
Well, the state tourism department has a grant program. Problem is the time constraints, if we'll meet the time constraints for the application. But I'll certainly work to see what we can do.
Thank you.
Well, Mayor, you're presenting that they need a commitment from the city that those funds are going to be available. And your position is that you're going to try to get the funds, but in the event that we are not able to raise them from any entity, then at that time the city would be obligated. Is that the position you're in now?
Yes, sir. I guess that's what I'm saying. The city is obligated until we start whittling away at it, raising the funding to take it down to 1980.
But the people who are actually going to showcase Wetumpka need a commitment that in the event that we move forward, if we're not able to raise those funds, then it's the city's down.
Yeah, we would certainly know that, I think, after the conversation with the producer tomorrow. The associate or assistant producer that I talked with just kind of went through the highlights of it, giving me the highlights of it, and I couldn't do anything but bring it to you, what was told to me. And if this is an interest, we'll certainly move forward and pursue it. I'd hate to pay the whole thing, you know, out of my pocket if it came down to it. But I love Wetumpka. I think it's time to showcase it. I think it's time to put it out there and move forward with it. Other towns have done this. But I think we'll certainly know more about it after the 1 o'clock teleconference tomorrow. And I guess we could always, Regina, once we get that tomorrow, if we still feel good, we feel comfortable with what coming our way, we come back to you. But
I think you need a preliminary memorandum of understanding as to exactly what would be the obligations of the city and what would be in exchange for that before you actually approve the expenditures.
This is not going to put a shirt yet.
No.
oh no, they've been doing.
They don't need an answer in 24 hours.
They've been doing this and they've had success in doing it, and from what, you know, what we were told, somehow, and I think we got into this by possibly somebody seeing this national network bass stuff that went on here that put it out there, because so many of the phone calls that we are getting about different things about Wetumpka is people that saw that show and have an interest.
I would like to see us showcase it and go forward with it, but I don't think they're going to expect us to put out in that time, we might can get some partners. Because I have an idea, like I said, the chamber would be interested, the county.
If you tell, like you're telling me now, you have an interest. If you have an interest, you, it's all you gotta say. Then we'll start trying to nail it down.
I have an interest.
Okay,
Very much so.
very much so, okay. Have an interest? No, have an interest, okay.
Mayor, you might want to ask the producer where he's done this in other cities.
We have seen, the
Just
federal,
call them and say, how did you fund this? I know everybody's got financial problems. How did you fund this? What was the response? You happy with it? Get some warm and fuzzies from other cities.
Linda, I think if we go back to the very first contact that we had, there were some cities listed in there.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll do that, we'll get on that in the morning and get a little more information on that before we move forward.
Goose River Adventures would be a good sponsor, and I think that's the whole thing.
Certainly talk about it.
Yeah,
We got a commitment.
the Goose River Adventure, we talked this special.
You know, there's a lot of people that watch that too, and, these guys back here can tell you, because they're part of it, that they get addicted to that stuff. They gonna watch these, discovery programs and documentaries and stuff like that, and even your show.
Especially.
Ventures outdoors.
Oh, by the way, you might mention to them when you do speak to them that we have a lot of footage that we've shot over the years with Tumka, and they certainly would be welcome to utilize it.
Our sponsor number 2, we've got. Mayor, I just, while we're on this, I just want to say that last night that the city of Wetumpka made national news on the Animal Planet channel. Right in front of your business in the Fane Theater, mud bog in Mountain Creek, Alabama. 2 young ladies were out handing out flyers in front of your place and in front of the Fane Theater over there. I guess it was right around the Chamber of Commerce and Jackie Austin's office where they did the talking. But Wetumpka made the national scene last night. Mud bogging.
I remember when there were a group in town doing that. Okay, we'll, take a little break and we'll be back at 7. Move forward.
Along with the bill.
Yeah, you bring it up a lot.
Take off, have the east change. And y'all got, and y'all are Mr. Football last year. Alabama Mr. Football.